Well, this was a rivalry that dominated the Premier League for more than a decade at the turn of the century. And joining us tonight, a man who was right at the heart of it. Roy Keane here with Keane Carragher. Great to have you with us on Monday Night Football, Roy. They were at the top. They're not anymore. Who, if you had to back one, do you think would be the quickest to get back there?
I would probably have to say United. I just think United are always capable of going out and spending more money than Arsenal, basically. And obviously, if things aren't going well over the next few months, I think Ollie's mentioned already, they're on the lookout for a striker. They're obviously short of one. Whether they can get a top one in January is another question. But I think United have got more money, I suppose, to go out and try and get better players.
I think you said you were shocked and saddened by what you saw last week from United. Did you feel like that was a low, or could it actually get even worse before it starts to get better?
I hope not. I think tonight's an ideal opportunity for the players to respond to that now, because it's Arsenal home, under the lights. You know, it's raining at the stadium. I think it's set up for a good reaction from United, because that's what's playing for the big clubs is all about. You're going to have setbacks, you're going to have disappointments. There's a long way back in terms of getting back up to competing for winning league titles, but they certainly could do with a win tonight.
Does it feel like a good fixture for them as well, after losing at West Ham, to have Arsenal at home?
Yeah, I think so. It's got a good ring to it. And I always think, you know, you'd ask Jamie exactly the same. I think a game under the lights is always nice. And Arsenal, that rivalry is still there. It's probably not as intense as it was a few years ago, but United will be still desperate to turn them over.
Solskjaer's had his critics, not necessarily from Manchester United fans, but it just feels like for the first time Unai Emery is hearing some dissenting voices from Arsenal fans. We take stock here. His first 44 compared to Arsene Wenger's final 44. Well, he's managed 3 points more wins against the Big Six as well. Exactly the same amount of wins from those 44, but fewer goals, more goals conceded, and significantly fewer clean sheets. Jamie, do you understand why there might be one or two fingers being pointed at him?
Yes, because it's not so much the record in terms of points, it's very similar. But when he come in, I thought Arsenal wanted a manager who was going to be a little bit different from Arsene Wenger, in more organised, a bit more pragmatic. I think that's what Arsenal fans thought they were getting in Unai Emery, really. And it hasn't really been that when you look at the stats, really. And if I look at the results of this season, really, and this is what I'm talking about now, and it's all over the place. I'm talking about they've brought in a pragmatic coach. It almost looks like they brought in a basketball coach. If you actually look at the actual shots faced from both teams in this run, I'm just circling. I mean, shots faced. I mean, Burnley at home. Watford, we know was a record in a Premier League game, but it's not normal. This 33 shots on average in a game that is when Arsenal play this season. Now, I hope there's 33 shots tonight to be an amazing game. They're the team at the moment who everybody wants to watch, probably except Arsenal fans. And I said the same about Liverpool a few years ago under Jurgen Klopp. Entertaining goals, end-to-end games. Everyone loves it except their own supporters. Now, if that doesn't change, he's probably, at the end of the season, Arsenal fans will be saying, probably, we may actually want another manager. We're not seeing anything different, and that's going to take us somewhere else. And I think it's just a theory from Arsenal fans of, what is Unai Emery? What are we actually getting? We're not actually getting what we thought we were getting initially, but certainly the games they're involved in, it has to change if he wants to be successful. 44
games is a decent chunk of time. Do you see progress?
I think the problem with Arsenal, it's great when these coaches come in, and clearly a very, very good coach, great reputations, won trophies previously, but we still go back to the problems Arsenal have. I still go back to no matter how good a coach you are, if you've got players in your back four who can't defend, you're going to give up shots, you're going to give up goals. And I still think the spine of Arsenal is very, very weak. So no matter what a good coach he might be, those weaknesses are there, and he won't be able to fix them unless he changes.
But is it not his job to fix that then, Roy?
Yeah, of course, but I think the way to fix it sometimes you're on about these experienced players. These aren't going to change. I think he has to try and go. Maybe his hands have been tied a little bit with the transfer market. I know he spent money on attacking players, but we keep going back to it. You've got to have a decent back four, decent foundation, and I don't think they have that. And I think tonight, as much as we've got question marks over United will get shots away. United will have chances tonight, because United is still going forward. You still think at home on a Monday night they'll cause them problems under the lights. And no matter how brilliant he is, if you look at their two centre halves, I don't care who's coaching them, they're not going to improve defensively because I don't think they're good defenders. I don't think they smell danger. I don't think they enjoy defending. And that's a problem in itself. And then it's up to the manager to actually just get better defenders.